If you were born a century ago back in the 1920s, your life would have taken a starkly different path. Instead of today's comforts, you might find yourself in the mud and trenches of northern France, a place where your existence was marked by a constant struggle for survival. There, you'd constantly worry about the ever-present threat of a random sniper's bullet, all while grappling with the complexities of a war you scarcely understood. It was a harrowing reality that millions of men endured for 4 grueling years. Upon returning home, your hopes would be clouded by the fear that your beloved wife had fallen victim to a bombing raid. This was a world where survival was uncertain, where men were forged in the crucible of adversity, and where sacrifice was often the only path forward. Fast forward to today, and the world has evolved into something remarkably different. For many, life has become far more comfortable. The arduous trials of the past have given way to a life of convenience and ease. Yet it's worth reflecting on the stark contrast between then and now. Most men of that era were thrust into wars, fighting and often dying for causes they struggled to comprehend. Now, in this age of comfort, some men have embraced complacency. It's easy to forget that we as humans were never designed to lead comfortable lives. Our evolution is rooted in discomfort and adversity, and it's through these challenges that we find our true potential. Interestingly, if you can harness this discomfort constructively, you can achieve nearly anything. It's remarkable how people invest endless hours in perfecting their virtual gaming characters, amassing wealth, acquiring powerful weaponry, and forging influential connections all within the game. Yet these same individuals often fail to replicate this drive and determination in their real lives. For me, life is akin to the Grand Theft Auto game. If I desire something, I don't need to play a video game to attain it. If I want a weapon, I can purchase it. If I want a luxurious car, it's within my reach. I am the embodiment of GTA in real life, and I find it perplexing that people invest so much effort in a virtual world while neglecting their own lives. So why do people gravitate towards video games? Perhaps it's because they fear the consequences of failure. In a game, death merely grants you another chance and losses can be recovered. In life, however, we are granted just one shot, one life to make the most of our potential. Life is the ultimate game, where our courage and resilience are your greatest assets. Consider this: many women are born with innate value. They possess physical attractiveness and allure. Even those who may not conform to conventional beauty standards still have admirers. As a man, your value is not preordained. You must create it. You start at ground zero just like in a video game. Your journey is a process of self-improvement and character development. It's astonishing that some men prioritize virtual character development over their real-life growth. Deep down, you recognize that hitting the gym, mastering self-defense, and acquiring knowledge are essential steps, yet not everyone chooses to take these actions. I've personally committed to these exacting standards for myself, and I've embraced the challenges. I've made the choice to invest in my physical and mental growth. Every man watching has the same capacity within them. That's why I don't have much patience for those who choose to be less than they can be. When you decide not to reach your full potential, it's a choice, and I believe that choices should be met with accountability. If you're unwilling to push yourself to your limits, you shouldn't expect to be treated as an equal. I've endured hardships to become the person I am, and I won't treat someone who hasn't with the same respect. It's not about cruelty. It's about recognizing the effort and sacrifice that define our character. When I talk to people about the concept that you become the average of the 5 individuals you spend the most time with, it's a notion that usually resonates with them. They nod their heads in agreement, acknowledging that it makes sense. We all acknowledge that the company we keep can significantly influence our lives, yet many of us continue to surround ourselves with people who don't align with the path we want to tread. There comes a point in life when you have to pause and reflect. You may genuinely love your friends, appreciate the camaraderie, and enjoy their company, but perhaps you've embarked on a different journey, a path of growth and self-improvement. It's essential to realize that you might need to leave some behind if you want to become the best version of yourself. If you were to step into a room with me and my closest friends, you might find yourself feeling self-conscious. That discomfort could be a catalyst for positive change. Among your current circle of friends, you likely don't experience the same self-consciousness because they're on the same wavelength as you. But if you were the only one not living up to your potential in a room full of high achievers, you'd be motivated to level up. That is the beauty of human nature. We're inspired to improve when we see others succeeding. So I often tell people that they are indeed the sum of the 5 people they hang around with. If you're spending time with people who don't align with your aspirations, it's time to make a change. Take a cue from my own experiences. In my organization, we have a competitive environment and we don't hesitate to remove individuals who don't uphold our standards. Even if they've paid to be part of our group, we demand excellence, and if you can't keep up, you're out. That's because life, in many ways, mirrors the animal kingdom. Think about the lions you see on TV. They weren't just born as dominant creatures. They had to fight their way to the top. They had to compete against other lions, take on hyenas, and fend off jackals to become the leaders of their pride. We may live in a more comfortable world today, but the principles of competition and striving for excellence still hold true. Some might argue that it doesn't matter in our modern society, but it does. It matters to your soul, and it matters to a higher power. When I look in the mirror with a clear conscience, I know I'm the best version of myself that can exist, and I believe that God is proud of me. Laziness and slothfulness are traits that God frowns upon. If you sit idly by, wasting your potential, don't be surprised if you feel unlucky. It's because you're not aligning with the purpose for which you were created. I'm fortunate enough not to experience depression because I've worked relentlessly to become the most powerful version of myself. I've faced challenges head-on and emerged victorious. How can depression take hold when you've tested your own limits and shattered them? It's simply not possible. I encourage you to observe your friends when they're engrossed in social media, like TikTok. How long can they focus on a single video before they feel the need to switch? Our attention spans have been fractured and our minds have been hijacked by constant distractions. We've become unable to appreciate the simple joys of life because our minds are scattered. It's high time to rewire our minds, break free from the chains of distraction, and resist the programming that keeps us enslaved to our own impulses. Embrace the power of choosing your influences wisely, surrounding yourself with those who inspire you to reach your full potential, and experiencing the profound transformation that comes with it. Let me share with you a profound revelation that has shaped my approach to life. It all begins with a crucial step of self-awareness. To truly harness your potential, you must first identify what's happening within you. For me, this journey involves engaging my intellect to break free from the traps set by those who seek to manipulate me. It's a dance of manipulation and empowerment. The process often starts with me allowing myself to be influenced, to temporarily succumb to the distractions of the modern world, like scrolling through social media or binge-watching Netflix. I observe my own behavior, noting how quickly I seek entertainment and how little time I devote to truly meaningful activities. Then, I blink, as if to reset my very being, and I start the process of curing my own mind. You see, there's a paradox here. To regain control, you must first surrender it, allowing external forces to guide you temporarily. It's in this surrender that you find the power to break free and redirect your focus towards your goals. However, it seems that most people today struggle with this delicate balance. They are constantly ensnared by distractions, whether it's the allure of streaming services or indulging in mindless habits. This perpetual distraction and semi-depression, coupled with the relentless pursuit of unsatisfying jobs, form a kind of societal matrix. It's a trap that keeps people perpetually occupied and unfulfilled, all while serving the interests of those who hold power. The key to breaking free lies in controlling your own mind, and yet it appears that few can master this art. Life, in many ways, is hierarchical. There will always be leaders and followers, kings and peasants. If your mind remains beyond your control, you're destined to be a perpetual follower, a modern-day peasant. This is the harsh reality we face. But I firmly believe that gaining mastery over one's mind is the most crucial step in transcending these limitations. Once you have control over your mind, life becomes astonishingly manageable. I'm often asked about my fitness routine, and I can confidently say that it's ridiculously easy. Whether it's doing 1,000 push-ups or overcoming the pain of a breakup, it all boils down to the strength of your mind. You set a goal and you work toward it, one step at a time. Consider the end of World War II. The men who returned from the horrors of the battlefield didn't seek therapy. They simply got on with life. Why? Because they had been taught to control their minds as a means of survival. It's a skill that was essential back then. For me, maintaining this mental control is second nature. My daily activities remain consistent whether I'm in high spirits or feeling down. My sense of duty to myself, to God, and to my lineage transcends fleeting emotions. It's a commitment I refuse to break. Think about your ancestors, the one who endured unimaginable hardships just so you could exist today. They faced saber-toothed tigers, survived the Mongol hordes, and evaded bombs during World War II. They went through all that to ensure your existence. Now look at your life story and daily routine. If you could transport 150,000 people like you back in time to stand before their ancestors, they would likely feel profound shame. Your ancestors sacrificed so much for you to be here, and it's up to you to honor their legacy. Your life should be more than just idle distractions and instant gratification. It should be a testament to the resilience, determination, and strength of those who came before you.